Hello guys, welcome to CS Tech Solution. Today's is learn in SQL. Today's is learn as a common table expression as a CTE. What is a CTE? CTE is a common table expression is a temporary names as a result set as that exist only for the durations of a single SQL statement, and it makes complex queries as easier to read, write, and maintain. And notes as a CTE is not permanently stored in a database. As real life examples, as imagings, you solve the math problems in two steps. Step 1 is calculate totals marks, and step 2 is find the students with marks as above the 80. And the instance of writings one long queries, and you create a temporary result as a CTE, and as use it in maintain the queries as types of the CTE, like simple CTE and the recursive CTE. And first type as a simple CTE. Simple CTEs create a temporary result set that can be the used as immediately in main queries. As a syntax, as a with CTE names, and as counts inside the subqueries as a select column 1s and commas, column 2s, and froms as a table names, and where the condition and the counts close. And after the select star from as the city names and the semicolon. As an example, as an employee tables has to give like a employee ID, name, department, and the salaries as a four field. And so the with and city name is IT underscore employee as, and counts inside the subquery as a select employee IDs, commas, names, commas, salary, and from as employee is a table name, and where as a condition as a department equal as a ID. So as a IT department, all the data has to show, and last as a select star froms, and the city has to print, so the IT underscore as a employee, and semicolon. So the city's names has to print the tables, so the output as a only as a IT department data has to show, and three columns as a employee ID, name, and the salary. So the output in the tables as a employee ID, names, and the salaries is to show, and Amit and Ravi is both as the IT department and employee tables. So the Amit and Ravi has all the data has to show. Explanation as a with is create a temporary result names of IT underscore employees is a city name, and the main queries is read the data from as a city. And second type is a recursive city. Recursive city is repeatedly execute itself and until the conditions is met, and it is the commonly used for as a employee hierarchy, as a parent child relationship, and the generating some numbers. And the syntax is a with city names as counts inside as a unsorted queries, and the union alls, and the recursive queries, and the counts close, and after as to print the city, so as use the select star from city names and the semicolon. And the examples as a generator numbers is 1 to 5, and with numbers as counts inside as select the one as a num, and union all, and select a num plus 1, and from as a numbers is a table names, and where as condition is num is less than the 3, and the counts close, and print the city, so as use the select from star froms table name is numbers, and sorry, as not a table name is a city name, and semicolon. and so the output as 1 to start and the print is less than the 3, so as first as 1, 2 and the 3, after is any numbers has not a print, the condition is false, so as a 3 is enough, and as an explanation as a start with a 1 is unsort the queries, and add of 1 as repeatedly, and stop then the numbers has become the 5, but as a one condition as a nums is less than the 3, so as last values has 3 as to print. Advantage is make the SQL queries as easier to read, as reduce the repeated subqueries, as improve the queries organization, as recursive CTEs are as useful for the hierarchical data, and the disadvantage as executes only as during the queries executions, as recursive CTE can be as slower on as very large data sets and cannot be reused in another SQL statement. Thank you guys to watch the videos. Please subscribe the channel, on the notification and bell icon.